Hi guys, my name is Maddie, and today in the AFI Project Lab, spring has sprung. So to get the season started off right, I'll be making a whole garden of pastel flower pot candles for you guys. So these are a great way to use your favorite spring fragrances like our very own blue Honeyberry. So keep watching to see how to make some for yourself. First up, we'll make our flower embeds so they're cool by the time that we're ready to place them into our candles. So you can make them any flower you want, whether it be roses, tulips, daisies, but you know, whatever you want to do. I have these silicone molds here. I think they're super cute. I have a little rose here and then a little daisy and some more roses. I love them. Anyways, so I have 0.6 ounces of wax right here, and I'm going to melt this down. You can use your preferred method, whether it be a double boiler or a melting pot, and obviously I love a double boiler. My wax of choice is Pro Blend 600, so one of my favorite Parasoy blends. Use whatever your favorite, but I like this one. So we're going to go ahead, pop this in, stir the wax while it melts, and add in some candle dye. I'm using a little solid dye chip, but liquid dye works well. For a pastel look, use less dye than what you think you might need. Less than a gram is good. So make sure that you have a thermometer on hand because you'll need to know the temperature before you add in your fragrance. So our target temperature for this is 185 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's check and see where we're at. So we are at 184, which is 1 degree under 185, which means it's perfect and we can go ahead and go on with our fragrance. I'm using for our project today, Blue Honeyberry. Guys, it's so sweet, so floral, fun. I love it. It has a great throw, both hot and cold. I mean, oh, it smells so good. I already have this pre-measured out in here, so all I have to do is just dump it in here and give it a nice good stir. So I'm just going to make sure we're stirring for about a minute or two, and then we'll pop the wax out of the double boiler and then we'll let it cool down just a bit before we fill in our flower molds. So I do recommend repeating this step a couple of times with different colors for a whole garden of candles. Alright, I have stirred for a good minute or two. I can kind of feel it in my wrist. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove it from our double boiler, let it cool down just a little bit. Alright, so I think it's cooled down a good bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour this wax into our molds. Now you can vary it up. I'm going to pour some in our rose molds and some of them are daisy. Do whatever you want, whatever your heart feels like you should do. So I have these poured up, and while they cool, I'm going to go ahead and make the candles themselves. So these containers, as you can see, look like little tiny flower pots, and they're thick enough to withstand the heat of a candle, so they're perfect for this project. So I have my wicks here, so of course, what were we gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and wick up our containers here. So wick them up using wicks that are suitable for their size, and because they are a little smaller than a regular candle container, look for wicks made for votives like a 6-inch Eco 4. Use your preferred heating method again, and we're gonna melt down the rest of our wax, which is what I have here. We're gonna go ahead, pop this into our double boiler, get it all melted down, and then we can add in what you see right here, some chips of our green candle dye to make the candle look like a bed of grass for our flowers to sit on. And again, once it reaches 185 degrees, we can stir in the rest of our fragrance, which I have measured out in my bottle. It's over there. I promise, guys, I am prepared. Anyways, let's go ahead and pop this into our double boiler, get it all melted down, and repeat the same steps again, and then basically we're done. And now we wait. So make sure to stir thoroughly again. I've been stirring for a good minute or so, and then we can go ahead and take it out of our double boiler so it can cool to 165 degrees before you fill the containers. Letting the wax cool before you pour it reduces the risk of sinkholes and wet spots on your candle, which you can learn all about that over on our channel. So we're going to go ahead and fill up each of our flower pots, making sure to leave just a little space at the top so we can add our flowers. And then while the candles are cooling, I will go and check on the flowers, make sure they're completely solid before wiggling them out of our molds, and if they're ready to go, we can go ahead and add them on top. So to top your candles off with the flowers, all you have to do is gently poke a hole through the center of the bud using a toothpick like this, or a wire, whatever you have around that works. So when the surface of the candle is solid, wiggle the wick through the hole that you just made in your flower embed and then set it in place, and then you're all done. So I think they look super cute, but to finish it up, we need to trim the wick to 1/4 of an inch just to keep the candle from burning too strong, and we also need to adhere a safety label to the bottom of our candle. So let's go ahead and get snipping. So here's my little garden of candles. I think they look super cute with all the different colors and types of flowers. So you can have a lot of fun with these scents, and you can set them differently as well for every flower that you make, or you can just use our delightful blue honeyberry fragrance like me for all of them. So if you want to see more candle projects just like this, or everything else fragrance, go ahead and check out our channel. We have tons of free resources for business owners, no matter how big or small. And subscribe to the AFI channel to show your support, and we'll keep these videos coming your way. And if you're not already a member of the Fragrance Fam, I would suggest to go ahead and subscribe and, ring that bell icon. Alright, so with all of that out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video really soon. And also, if there's anything that you'd like